Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks for the energy, CL. And at the same time, um, we're going to have an incredible live stream. I hope if anyone's new that's coming in here right now, please let me know. And at the end of the live stream, if anyone wants to know what my donating links are and all the possibilities to contribute to the channel, I'll let you all know at the end so you don't hear it all night. I never talk about it. Now I have some people calling up myevent.com, poor guys and gals, to try to be able to donate to the channel. It's simple, guys. In each video in the description, you have the links to all ways to contribute. You have the super thanks here, super chat here, and the thanks button under each video as low as $2. So I'm going to be looking forward to see how many people are going to be coming in tonight. I hope we're going to be a good bunch tonight. Guys, it's hot here. It's October 26th, 78 degrees in the house. It's getting warmer the later it's getting. And I got all my windows open. And it feels good. It feels good, especially in Canada. Whether we be in an Indian summer or not, it's usually never the same time. Salut, Sharon-Yann, Luca. Merci d'être ici. On va faire révision du dernier vidéo. On va faire ça aussi sur le en direct samedi pour parler de plein de choses. Puis en même temps, quand on fait les live streams, les en direct comme ça, je vais mettre de quoi présenter quelque chose, une vidéo sur l'écran aussi en même temps. Everyone's coming in. Burn, how's it going, brother? Evening, Bruce. How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much, Burn, for stopping in. I hope you're doing well, brother. Scott is in the house. What's up? It's freezing. That's incredible. Thanks for letting me know the weather in your areas, guys. I got William Shuttle says that he's in snow for the past couple of days. You're cold in Detroit. See, it should be the opposite. I know Detroit does get winter, but it's like the weather is different. It's either too much ahead or not enough ahead. Here it looks like crazy. It looks like the sun is about to start reacting up again. Once more, it's going to start reacting to it. Somebody sent me some energy magnets. So get this. The funny thing, Christy, when you sent those, which is super thoughtful, along with this incredible rock that she found, that I thought it was glass, but it's not, but you can still actually see through it. Looks like amber that she found. But anyways, I put these bracelets on because it's a person that her and I, we have a lot of exerting our energies all the time. And we talk about it like a lot of you and I do. And I went outside the night that I filmed all those UFOs and I have these bracelets, magnetic bracelets on. Maybe that's what attracted the UFOs. I don't know, but they're changing characteristics. They're doing different things in the skies. Last night, the next video, guys, I got a fast moving UFO. And the beautiful thing is that while I was filming a slow UFO, we saw a fast moving UFO or vehicle. It's a UAP that went by. So that'll be part of the next video once I get everything up. Mr. Peter Benton, how's it going, brother? We're back on another live stream on a Wednesday. I mean, I love the streaming, and at the same time, hopefully a lot of people that don't get a chance to see me on Friday are going to get a chance to see me here. That's why we stream twice on Friday. Those just arriving, 1 o'clock p.m. and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Montreal time every Friday for 2 hours and 2 hours back to back, not back to back, sorry, 1 and 8 o'clock. So that's where the whole community can talk about anything space related. We look through the space news and we update it. Eventually, if not before 2023, I will politely ask everyone that if they want to join the live stream, please think of maybe subscribing to the channel. I'd like to have subscriber only live streams. They came up with this option like a year ago and I didn't fancy it, and I still don't, because a lot of people are new to come to the channel, and for whatever the reason, a lot of people don't like subscribing to channels just for no reason. Like some people don't have better things to do than subscribe to the channels, but you'll still be able to watch the videos. But at least, wait till they do that. When they change that people have to be subscribed, you have to be subscribed to see the videos and put that option up. I'll never put that option up because I want to reach the most people possible. But here it's like a family, eh? So it's fun when we are just our family and we talk amongst ourselves on a lot of the issues that we talk about every month here. Last video was pretty controversial. the last video I put up, a lot of people are going to say it's scary listening to it with the sirens, the raid sirens, especially in times of war now going on. I insist on you watching it with the sirens. It's a whole other chill effect. I got the chills listening to it and seeing the UFOs that close to the surface. It's a reality. Some people are going to think, am I trying to scare you? Hell yeah. It's here now. They're here. They're there in this channel shadow band. So little videos like that, 2 minutes, which I rarely do, will go and attract other people. As a matter of fact, that last video that I just made is because I want to put it up on the video that's on top for newcomers that come to the channel. That last video you saw is the video I'm going to remain up there now to see if it can get a couple of views on it, because it's an interesting video. It's straight to the point. There's no voice in it, and it's only 2 minutes. Anybody has access to the volume button. You can put the air raid siren off, and you can put on your music channel. You can put opera or classic on with it if you want. Flintstone music, Sesame Street music. But I suggest you watch it with that radar. There's a part in that last video that looks like Area 51 base because of the big light, like David White had even mentioned. It looks like an invasion of UFOs. So think of what's actually going on. Me, I've never spoken about invasion here. You know it, about them hurting us. It's the opposite. I've always said that I've felt they're going to protect us without ever being able to confirm that to you. Probably could be wrong. But my goal here is to share what they're not showing people on the moon. And on the moon, it's filled with lights. It's filled with life. I believe it also. Maybe one day we're going to hear about vegetation also on the moon. That would be something incredible. Yes, exact, Sharon Yen, Luca, merci. Anika, child thought, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hi, Bruce and all. Hi. And thank you so much, Anika, for going back to my older videos I had not even remembered that I had there. Anika went back to see a video of a unknown planet that I filmed a long time ago. I used to have videos of Mars too, Anika, but I think when I started showing the Mars really, really close up, people just got mad. I took them off. I put them private. But they're there. So thanks to you for looking back into some of the older videos. So somebody just arriving to the channel, the best thing for you, my dear friend, you go into the playlists and you see uploads. You can go backwards from the uploads. You can look on the bottom. There's, other topics and titles of other playlists. But you have to look at, these are things that I should say to everyone so that everyone knows. In the playlists, every year, as of 2019, I think, there's a playlist that I put all videos of 2019, all videos of 2020, all videos of 2021, and of course, and there's a playlist for all videos of 2022. If you want to watch all my captures and sightings from this year, along with, of course, the other captures that I talk about, it's research. So there's a lot of things that I caught only a couple of months or a couple of years ago that I never really got into. Like the last video I showed of those UFOs, pulsating, by the way. There's many characteristics on those UFOs that tell us these UFOs are absolutely real. So Lisa B is in the house. Jackie M. Thanks, Lisa B. Hello, Jackie M. Thanks for coming back. Rainy and cold, Tennessee. Cold in Tennessee. Here it is boiling. I literally have my fan going right here on the bottom there with a little bit of dust on it. So, yeah. Foxy Philly, how's it going? How do you? Ronnie's in the house. Yes, sir. Thanks, Ronnie. Thanks for stopping in, you guys. Bonjour à toi, Minky Piki. Et merci d'être ici, Barbuis. Can't thank you enough. Thanks for sharing, you guys. Rainy and cold in Kentucky. Yeah, let me know the weather, you guys. Here it is beautiful, but honestly, it looked like rain all day, but we didn't get rain. There's no wind. Like when you say there's like zero wind, there's no sand moving around. There's no leaf moving around. No grass strand is moving around. It's dead, like dead. Like there's no weather. The sun's about to ramp up again and going to be scary times ahead. But you know what? Nothing's going to happen all at the same time. That's the cool part. So a lot of people are going to be able to live. That's a good thing, I think. David White, how's it going, man? Hey, I was just talking about you with what we said, like that last video, with the sirens. Honestly, guys, it looks like a movie scene coming down from the sky, seeing UFOs go towards the ground, and I reversed it so you guys can see how low they went. They're below the wires. So when they're below the wires, they're invisible. And then they're a bit higher up into the air, maybe 15, 20 feet, and they become lit up. That is scary stuff. So they could be all over the surface here without us knowing who the hell they are. Well, considering they're invisible and not just coming in through portals. Oh, don't worry, Jackie M. I speak good French. Thanks for joining, Ronnie. I appreciate it, man. Tim O's in the house. I was a subscriber before you had 1,000 from California. Tim O, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember the name, or maybe you changed the name. I lose so many names, guys. And sometimes some of you change the names. It screws me up a little bit. I don't know exactly who is who anymore, but I'm pretty good to remember most of the names, and I appreciate that. It's taking a long time, Timo, for us to get up over the 100,000 mark. That's for sure. As a matter of fact, in the last 2 days, I lost about 30, 40 subs. I didn't gain any subs. So if you have subscribed for the last few days, well, don't worry about it. It's just that troll that has the 30 channels now. He's probably up to about 40 channels. And sometimes when I go over the like 95 mark or 95.2, well, they'll roll it back a bit. But the beautiful part is that when I started this channel, I didn't start it for the subscribers. It's an encouraging milestone that I can add to a bucket list, like saying, hey, who doesn't want to get to 100,000 subscribers? And you know, after having reached that many people, it's a beautiful thing for anyone to achieve, right? Because I'm old school, and like a lot of you are. Back in the day, I was born in 75, so there was no internet, and there was no knowledge that you could gather except from reading books, from stories from the elderly people or more intelligent people, or maybe your family was into the military and they knew more than the other person. So then you have lies in that are added in those stories, and so it's near impossible to find out what the hell's going on. Mr. Peter Benton, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I heard from an inside source, one of my inside sources, that Russia. Okay, so here's what happened to Russia. I'm not going to. Hey, Lisa B, thank you so much. We need that web scope. We got our Bruce the Moon Man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bruce, for showing us the real captures. I love you, Lisa B. Thank you so much, my dear friend, for that. So yeah, Russia. What happened in Russia and in Ukraine? I can't really say it. So let's play some charades. What's this? I'll be making noises, but more like. There we go. Not quite the same. Coming from Slavo Ukraine, and then they went over to and they so yeah, that's just happened. So basically, is Russia invading Ukraine, or is Ukraine invading Russia? Things have changed. USA now wants to stop funding them. A bunch of different turns are being taken. And Zelensky was the one saying, oh no, Russia is going to nuke everyone. But in reality, I think it's the opposite, because Russia was just nuked. A whole city, no casualties is the last I heard. What device was used? I heard a MiG. Is it MiG 29, MiG 23? It's an old Soviet jet, or several old Soviet jets. It just happened. And I want you all to know, I love Russian people. I love Ukrainian people. I love Czechoslovakian people. And I love all the people from all the countries. And when I'm talking about what one country is doing, we're not talking about ever the people. We're always talking about the ones ruling or in charge of each of the countries. So that's the news that I just heard that happened. So my fingers are crossed that there won't be an escalation to that. I mean, we're all hoping for peace. Obviously, I am too. And the people, the civilians that are in those countries deserve to have peace, to be, live with their kids and stuff. Times are so hard, and this is going to set those countries back so many years. It's setting the whole world back, by the way. All the countries are affected by that, unfortunately. Hey, Anika, thank you so much. I love you for it. All love, all light, all truth. Those old videos are totally incredible. Thank you so much, Anika. Wish more people to go see them. They will. Like, I mean, I have some. Thanks so much, Anika. A lot of people go and see them that are here in the community, but not a lot of people get to those older videos. Or the new subscribers arrive on my channel and they only see old videos and they don't see the new ones. It's up to us, the creators, to explain to people exactly where to look and how to go about to see the recent videos. Not everybody knows that the upload section are the recent videos. Some people come and they click on videos, and the sad part is that the way you see your channel, the way I see my channel, is not the way you will see my channel when you get here. So sometimes it's confusing, but thanks again for the generous contributions, you guys. Really love you for it. So kind. Leia is in the house. Just got notified. That's why I'm taking my time, because it takes so long for people to be notified. Thanks for the comments also, Leia. Infinity channel, welcome. First time viewer, thanks for letting us know, you guys. Welcome. So, I appreciate that. First time viewer of your channel, Bruce. Your video, some cool shit, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate that. And I hope to see you around in the comment sections. It's a free research channel. There's ways of contributing to the channel, but this channel is free for all. And everyone's free to view the videos, to share the videos with the share button, of course. Bruce works alone. I always have. I always will. Once in a while, I'll have interviews with people. I'll talk with people. I'll compare ideas with people. But because my research is so hard to get out to others and for people to understand what I'm doing, before I associate myself with anyone, I'm going to be sure that people understand quite clearly what I'm explaining about my own research, and not just necessarily sharing my research with everyone, because I don't think it'd be a good idea. Patagonia, Pampa. Where's my twin flame, Darla? Oh, she's not here. She should be coming in soon. She should be coming around the corner when she comes. She'll be coming around the corner. No, I won't get into that. She should be here soon. I mean, of course, Darla's only missed 2 streams. Jackie M, she's probably already on the bottom anyways. Cold and rainy in Tennessee. A lot of rain everywhere. That sun's going to be active again. We're going to see some more earthquakes, hurricanes, and a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be real cool. Karen 18, thank you. Thank you for being here. Hey, this is awesome. Paradox Fossils, thanks a lot. Christopher Rollins, howdy to you, sir. Sao, Rey de la Luna, translation, Moon King. I actually knew that. I was I've been studying Spanish. I'm only now finding out. Oh my gosh, is it Spanish or Russian? I hope so. Thank you, Sal. Rey de la Luna. I like that. That's a nice twist. Really nice twist, actually. Lost over 72 pounds, guys. What do you think? You liar. Adios. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for the generous contributions, bro. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you the emblem also today. I hope it works. If not, someone will call me. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, for the ones that have not seen the logo. Well, I really wanted to get your opinions and to know what you thought of the last video. Also, so we'll be looking over some of those. There's the Tic Tac UFO image that I got. I want to show you, and just quite simply a Tic Tac, like on the Tic Tac commercial. And the other UFO that disintegrated itself, made a streak across the sky. It has a pointed nose on it, meaning the UFOs themselves are teleportation devices. They could probably jump through different dimensions or portals, and that's scary as hell. Actually, you guys all know it here. Somebody that's not into the space as deep as most of us are will come into the channel and hear about, he just said a UFO is a teleportation device. Off, unsub. But in reality, with the research and everything that I'm discovering and you all are helping me discover, well, the evolution of our belief system changes all the time. So it's continually changing, right? Ronnie, thanks so much, man. Appreciate that, bro. Thanks for the generous contributions, you guys. I love you for it, man. I am Kai is in the house. I got to see all the funny shit from the Bel Air Forest Base. Oh, yes. I guess so. So, what do you think they are? Guarantee they aren't aliens. Well, that's what we love debating about here. And me, as for me, my friend, I'm totally open minded to your suggestions. I appreciate suggestions and especially ideas and suggestions that completely go against what I think. But that's not one of them, by the way, because in reality, of course, I don't have the confirmation whether one of them, which one of them they are. But I'll tell you what, they can be either one. Nobody knows what those lights are, or like you say, it's all completely human. Maybe aliens do not exist. Like I don't believe that personally, but again, that's along the lines of the people that come here. I respect every one of you. They went to the moon, Bruce. We didn't go to the moon, Bruce. We went through secret projects, Bruce, and the public didn't know, Bruce. So that's I'm there on top, you know. So when people say, "Why are you showing the Apollo landing sites?" Well, I call them the supposed declared landing sites. I would never even make a video saying they're a bunch of liars. They never friggin' went because I don't really have the proof. But there are structures and constructed objects in the areas where they would have declared landing. So I have a very hard time understanding why they would have done that. Like, you understand me? You follow me? Why ever would NASA ever want somebody to go look at the Apollo 17 landing site? Seriously, there's construction there. Why the hell would NASA want people to really analyze that area? So it's intriguing me. Even though they didn't go the way they told us they did, we had some puppets. Here's a theory. There were some puppets, right? Neil and Buzz, that were there to, you know, just divert the attention of actually what was really happening there. So the war again with Russia, China, and the US race to get to the moon, that's something very, very real. And it's something we're going to see again. We're seeing them fighting to go to the moon now. China wants to take over the moon, says Ness, administrator at NASA, Nestle or Leslie, something like that. Nelson or Nelson, I think. He mentioned that and said, well, China wants to take possession of the moon. Why? Well, because China has possession of Earth, the market, the medical markets and medicine and big pharma and all that, and the WEF. And there's groups that are forming, right? So now what we've been experiencing the past few months are all the countries that are not with the New World Order are pulling out and talking against the New World Order. That could go for years. Just seeing a whole bunch of countries that are not willing or wanting to do exactly what the elites are wanting to do. Because it's a scary thought to think that the elites, since the beginning of time, you've heard of dynasties and emperors, and look at the Egyptian emperor and the Egyptian realm, like the whole bloody society of them. It's always an elite that takes over the whole world and has, enslaves it. That's been happening since the beginning of time. And today they're still enslaving us, but they're doing it through means of actually trying to bribe us by many things. Like, we're sort of slaves with weekends and benefits. Like, you can go for a 3-month holiday and disappear from the world, as you can say. Nobody knows where you are. The satellites know where you are. Everybody knows where you are. The country knows that you're in its country. The country you left from knows that you're not there and you're coming back a certain date. Don't come back. They'll be looking for you. They'll definitely be looking for you. Has the pole shift to do with it? I listen, that's the thing, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Even the UFO lights that we are seeing can have to do with the pole shift, with a danger from the sun, or it could literally be like Infinity says, or didn't say it, but I think pretty much that's what he's meaning. It's our alien technology or anti-gravity technology that we back engineered ourselves, and that now we are far ahead, advanced, because the goal of the Air Force, Pentagon, everything are to have vehicles like UFOs, not to be using planes to go around Earth. That's something pretty obvious that they're actually talking about. The UFO reports are out, and places like the blackvault.com are with over 3 million documents and videos and clips, and a lot of scratching your eyes and grinding your eyes with trying to see what's written on pieces of paper with black lines crossed out through it. But that's how disclosure is coming out now. It's going to come out leaked out on websites and stuff, even like the Black Vault and stuff, but the news are not touching it. The biggest threat to the freedom of our speech is the media worldwide. And that, even though they've been lying for years, the last 2 years, have you seen what the media has done? Have you seen CNN starting fights against blacks and whites? MSNBC, we don't have to name them all. You're obviously all seeing what's going on. It's really concerning, actually. So, what do I think they are? I'll tell you what, there's Darla. His Highness, party time. Thank you, man. Thanks, Darla. His Highness, appreciate it. So Infinity says, so what do you think they are? Guarantee you they aren't aliens. So he doesn't think they're aliens. Well, what if they are spiritual beings? In theory, of course. What if those lights are the drones of the aliens, where it's an energy source that reaches extreme lengths at extreme speeds, that is capable of listening, recording, shooting, doing anything it wants, traveling all around the galaxy. The ones that have been seen, when you hear whether Luis Elizondo and everyone, these are all movie people, guys, right? But when they're talking about the UFOs, they're always going against the grain of the wind. The wind is at, I don't know how many, 20, 30 knots on one side, and they got these UFOs cutting right through them. So they're not necessarily in the physical world. That's a crazy thing, but the light that we're seeing is maybe an entrance portal from the other side that they can see. This is a bit futuristic for some people, but those UFOs can be watching us, can be here to protect us. Or again, it's a free energy system or device, just like China's sun, a reactor that's sent up into the sky, a fusion reactor. This fusioning, this fission that's happening. I mean, that's crazy. The sun in itself, China wanting to create free energy. In a way, I was very happy to see that. And I'm very sad to see that it's the stupid elites that are doing that. Because, of course, I understand it's a race to get to the moon, and it's a race for free energy. The one that will own and master the patent of free energy will be the one that will be able to sell that energy to the world, because it's free energy. You're going to pay for it. You're still going to pay for it. That's what I believe. James Combs. What's up, man? Thanks for being here, guys. Elias Barnes is in the house too. With the hundreds of billions of dollars that goes into our black budget every year. Absolutely. Not a wonder where the Federal Reserve could have possibly disappeared to many trillions of dollars, right? As a matter of fact, they lost that money. How do you lose a castle worth of money? Must have taken a lot of place, all that money. Bruce, it wasn't money. It was digital money. Could be. Could be. Hi, family from afar. Yes, James. Oh, you'll see, man. We got some good people here. Some good guys, some good gals here. We have a lot of fun. Thanks again. I am Kai for being here. Bronze made it in the house. 1026 is my Earth Strong, Bruce. And I'm live with you, my guy. Thank you very much. Mash Shizubas, UK in the house. Thanks. I appreciate that. Scott says he flashed something in the sky, this flashlight last week, and it turned around and hovered till I went in the house. See, there's something fascinating with me. Let me tell you something about that, Scott. Imagine if it is alien tech, but now also mixed in with that are the human tech. Obviously, if humans go up to blend with the UFOs, they're going to want to have the same light, fizzing light going up to look like the same reactions, what they're doing. I got a lot of reactions by some of the UFOs, even though it sounds crazy. You'll say pointing a light or pointing a laser and they come turn around or they react to your every move. A lot of people say that there's, sentient beings. Some people say that they react to your thought. Some people believe that UFOs are driven through thought. It's a very complex way of traveling through the the cosmos without necessarily being there physically. Stephen Greer often talks about that, an aspect, meaning that they are here in essence. A lot of terms that you wonder what the hell they mean, right? No, what do you mean in essence? And But it remains something very interesting. I'll tell you that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 50 years ago, and look at even further than that, the Egyptian in time of the Egyptians, they were so advanced. I believe ancient cultures were more advanced than us. They're already more advanced than us in science. They're more advanced than us in everything, mathematics. I mean, probably we're far more advanced with the governing or ruling people, but it comes down to everyone's always a slave because an emperor becomes in charge, destroys half of the world, and then I don't know. I guess they retaliate against that emperor, and then that empire is taken down, and then there's 1,000 years or a couple hundred years of peace. You know what? Maybe we are at that section where the peace. As a matter of fact, I can tell you, I really believe we are at that time where there's going to be many years of peace. And all of you that are so discouraged with what's going on, it's normal because some crap is going on, but there's a lot of lies. Not only the lies about some of the good things that are happening, there's a lot of lies on some of the bad things that happened that didn't even occur. And it's sad because it makes people fight and people are confused. So people say, nah, Putin, no, Slav Ukraine, it's Ukraine. No, it's Putin. Why? Why fight? I, I'm for the people on both sides. That's how I stay out of the fight. I love Russian people and I love Ukrainian people. I don't know the Ukrainian people, right? They're not here, but it's the ones ruling those countries are the ones that are the problem. And listen, I'm not better than anyone else, but when I go on someone's channel, and listen, I make mistakes too. A lot of people when they talk about China, they're saying China's are, China is a bunch of wahoos and stuff. Why would you say that? It's like, it's the government I talk about in China, the CCP, the corrupt CCP. Jinping, a lot is going on with Jinping too. He's back there for a couple of years of rule. There's somebody that was escorted out of the parliament over there. I call it a parliament, more like a terror group meeting, but it's all a reality. I find it fascinating that all these things are happening around the world, and it's like people are just silent about it, like the genocide and the Uyghurs and everything. Everybody knows that it's going on. Basically, everybody knows what's going on. Just imagine what we have now, Infinity. That's yeah, direct energy weapons now, and the tech that we have, very dangerous. Yeah, that gave me a raw sensation. They are here, man. I got chills listening to the sirens and saying, "My God!" I mean, I'm looking at UFOs low in the sky, and the worst of it, guys, is that I'm gonna go see them. I'm gonna go closer to the area where they're appearing, and I feel I'm gonna find out that they're maybe not leaving the surface. They may be appearing in Earth's atmosphere, but really, really low to the surface. As a matter of fact, where I showed you the lights on the last video, there's a not a hydro plant, the hydroelectricity plant, not the plant, but there's this square fenced area where big, massive power lines, they set those up, the hydro conjunction areas in all the towns, like every 100 feet, there's one. But the UFOs are there, and obviously they can be gaining energy from there. Maybe they're trying to understand the energy sources. Maybe it's a foreign country that's doing that. It remains very, very scary. Broke bitch here. Coming out of that, though, future patron. Hey, Jackie M, I hear you, sister. And if you're here right off the bat, you're contributing to the channel. Don't forget that because it's a major contribution having someone stop by the channel. My tractor broke down, so I get to watch. That's sort of not a good thing. These tractors are very expensive. Yeah, Infinity, of course, it could be all military. But what if there's a real invasion? I'm telling you, you got to keep open minded with that. And don't forget, I respect your opinions. But it could be that there's an exterior threat. And why do I feel that? Well, I have a spiritual connection with the other side, and I have no idea why, like probably everyone else that has a connection, not knowing why. Lost my father when I was young. That traumatized me emotionally. And after that, well, my mind and body acted differently. And I believe that that's all inside of your brain, the pineal gland, in relationship to your heart. I believe the heart and the brain are together with the soul. And that when you develop that, when there's an emotion, an energy that comes from that, you can do miraculous things. Nobody knows it. And I promise to you, it's the truth that you can heal yourself, you can heal others, and you can harm others too, probably. Human race has always been an energetic race. God given, you want to say? Okay, of course. But we're still an energetic race, a magical race. Maybe back in the day when they talk about Merlin and everything, maybe that's what we were doing. And maybe we destroyed ourselves by a horrible curse or spell that we cast amongst ourselves because we're that stupid. That or we blew ourselves up in space because we like doing that. Either way. Yeah, man, I got chills too with my own video because it does look like a base where I'm filming, eh? And where you said that big spotlight too. And then it's the feeling, someone who's an artist who wants to create an artist. I don't remember his name. He's actually my favorite artist. Wow. You ever forget the name of your favorite artist? Must be pretty busy. But the person does paintings that people are mortified or horrified by because it gets them thinking of emotional things. It gets people thinking of a whole bunch of things. It gets your mind racing. But it's an artistic thing. What I did when I posted it with the sirens, people say, "Do you want to scare people?" Well, I'm not going to really say no. I think I do want to scare people. I want people to wake up, and that's the beauty of freedom of speech, is that I have that capability of doing that, and people can disagree or agree. Is it raining? Oh, are you serious? I'm gonna just go close the windows 2 seconds, then we'll head over. Well, there's still some people coming in. I guess gonna be a lot of people here today. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. Close that window. Oh shit. Excuse me. Darla, hang on. You're going to get hit. It's windy. It's hailing. It's raining. Bruce is talking his ass off. Excuse me. Ronnie, thanks again, Elias and everyone for the generous contributions, you guys. Ron's in the house. Visnewski. Sorry, brother. That was a good video. Thanks a lot. And again, it's a little bit of a couple of things that I shot in. Like, I don't make short videos, right? So the last video, you see the moon. You see the UFOs on the moon. Honestly, guys, how can anyone not assume or, in theory, add that into your evolution of ideas and theories of the moon and Earth? The UFOs that are buzzing around Earth, how could they not be the ones on the moon? If not, there's a serious problem, obviously. That would mean that there's a different set of lights. So since I'm seeing the same lights on the moon as we're seeing around Earth, for me, it makes sense that the ones that are here are the people on the moon, whether it be a breakaway civilization or not. This is such an interesting conversation. I think, even though I'm talking by myself, I'm mesmerized by the fact that there's life out there. For me, it's a beautiful thing. I want everyone to know that if there are aliens out there, we would have been dead a long time ago. So their goal is not to kill us, I would say, because obviously we have to remain positive. And you have to assume, I believe it, the Earth is protected by whoever, whether it be a higher being, whether it be an alien or humans out there playing Star Wars. I don't know. It could be Mary Joan Hill. I saw a real UFO. Seriously, a big, I believe you. You're talking to me. I've seen a lot of UFOs. A burst of light like a bomb. Yep, I've seen that too. And I've recorded that down on us. I'm going to tell you a story after this. It was blinding afterwards. Were they flashes like? You said explosion, right? White light beam flashes, but you didn't see the beam coming from the ship. You just saw the ship and then a flash appeared in front of you. Afterwards, I saw red. My dad saw white. My daughter saw blue. I was just going to ask you, Well, that's funny you say that. I saw white when it happened, and the lady I was with from the bank, JM AM, said, I wanted to bring her. She's a community member, and I wanted to bring her. That sounds bad. In the woods to look at the UFOs in the parking lot. And when I got out of the car, she goes, "Well, where are they?" And I said, "We'll call them." She didn't like that very much. I said, "Look up in the sky, and they're going to appear," and they do. So I'm not trying to do like Greer. I'm not a shaman. I'm not somebody who's going to shave his head, wear a white robe, or say that I'm Jesus and put on some sandals. But any one of us can call these lights, whether you want to call it a being or a light. They're real, and they're present. And for whatever the reason, they come to certain people. They don't go to everyone. Those certain people could be because of the bloodlines, or it could be because, quite simply, of, here we go, aliens are interested in humans that have suffered traumatic trauma. And I don't know why. And a lot of people that have suffered trauma have seen these beings. And either you accept and appreciate seeing them and try to understand what your role is here, or you become bipolar. Maybe you lose it. Maybe you go crazy because it's too much information. I didn't believe that too much information in a brain could not be supported physically all the time. Didn't believe that. I'm very strong-willed and strong-minded. So when I try to cut through the bullshit, excuse the expression, and stay and focus a straight path, even when there's crap and trolls and hackers around me and threats and whatever, the brain can do it, but you take a physical toll. You gain weight, you get white hair, you get pimples. Everyone reacts differently. Some people with stress, they bloat up. Some people with stress, they get thin. I wish I was that one that got thin with the stress. Actually, I do. I can lose stressful. So as you can see right now, I'm not too stressed. Not too stressed out in life. Power Player 1979. Greetings. Très bien. Hey, je te remercie beaucoup. Merci pour les généreuses contributions. C'est vraiment gentil de ta part. Thank you very much, you guys. Love you for it. Appreciate that. Hey, Lisa B, it's my pleasure. And I'm going to try to maintain it. Of course, I will maintain it because we're going to have always some good topics. On Fridays, I do two of them because not everybody has the time to see me in the afternoon, and then in the later at 8:00. It's a new set of people sometimes that come by, even though I have those double streamers, right, Darla? Like everybody comes back to the stream a second time, which is always totally cool. Really greatly appreciated. Everyday people like us know nothing about what they've done with physics. Absolutely. We know what facts are there. Thanks again for the contributions, guys. The facts that are there, we all talk about it. Scientists talk about it. We hear Michio Kaku talk about UFOs not existing for I don't know how long, and now he's saying the aliens exist. We listen to them, and people base the facts on what they're saying, when in reality they're just quite simply giving their own opinions in about space and about the UFOs, the aliens and stuff. But we can't say that it's not coming out. It's really coming out now. The truth is coming out a lot more now than it has in the past. And absolutely. Yeah, they've been testing, and they've been testing way back, right? So in 1940s, they started testing for the chemtrails and geoengineering and to supposedly do seeding for to make it rain over New York in 1947 was the first mention, because there was not enough precipitation, condensation, and all that. They can manipulate that. 1951, they dropped dry ice in the center of a big ass hurricane. They were able to completely divert the hurricane's trajectory and intensified the waterfall of that hurricane. It looks like they're alive, right? Look at Florida, Naples, and all these areas that were completely devastated, and you see the bloody hurricane sits there and hovers over the ocean, over the water, and pulls up on one side all the water, and on the other side dumps it down, and it just stays there, and stays there slow. But that's not what a hurricane is supposed to do, and it's not the way that they're supposed to react. And there's some little bits of and pieces of lies that they integrated in that, the buggers, about climate change. Yes, there's a change in the climate. It could be a natural process, a reoccurring process that happens over every so many thousands of years, where it goes up and down. Ice ages come, ice ages go, and permafrost now is changing on the surface of Earth, where they're thinking maybe there could be another ice age. This, as a matter of fact, they're talking that they don't even know if we're not just getting out of the last ice age. But a lot of people told me, Bruce, it is so hot and the Earth is heating up. There's no ice age if the Earth is going to heat up. Well, I actually did some information, I looked up some information, Elmer Fudd. I researched a lot of information about that, and it's not true. It's the complete opposite. So you got to do a little bit of research, and often the truth comes out. That's like space. Things are changing. This year, I learned that space has no temperature. I learned that the space is very, very bright. It's not dark at all. It's not true that your head will explode when you open up your visor. And I thought it was really cool, because isn't that something that you'd want to tell the astronauts when they go to the moon? Do not open your visor outside. You are a goner, right? So I'd be so curious to want to try it. Like, I'd be like continually trying to see it. Everything's controlled. You got a whole bunch of astronauts. All those astronauts at NASA are real astronauts, most of them. And they're all up there because they really love space and they want to go to space and do searches and stuff. But when they get into there, we can assume that the ones that are going to get higher up, the ones that get access to the good stuff, right? To driving the real vehicles and to do secret projects. And remember 5-10 years ago, some of the channels that were interviewing astronauts, past astronauts, or people that were working on secret projects, that apparently, whether it's true or not, they said that they traveled to other dimensions where you land or wind up, not landing because it's teleportation, you wind up in on a surface where the days are going by 15 days an hour. Everything's going fast, everything's sped up. Sometimes they say they land in a dimension where there could be animals and they die and they don't come back. You can't help but wonder, maybe there's some truth to that. I know it sounds far-fetched to say, I went last week to Alice in Wonderland and I came back with the cards, but in reality, we have no idea where we are in the universe, even though they're telling us we are on Earth. We could be in something, right? They say, hey, we're on Earth. Wouldn't be surprised if they say that we're on Earth, that we could be inside something. Maybe all this crap in here. Imagine a tunnel, a hole, a cave so big that they can have a sun inside of it, in the tunnel, in the cave, going around us, and we see all, I can't help but wonder if all those stars are UFOs. Pretty sure one day all the stars are just going to start heading towards each other and make one big ball of light, You guys ever have dreams like that? I'm continually daydreaming about stuff like that, and reoccurring crazy visions. Mr. B, greetings to you too, Inspired Wilderness. Thanks for coming in, you guys. I was driving on a dirt back road. Oh, when that happened, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for welcoming everyone, Darla. There's been orbs or whatever they are up in the skies where I'm at. Definitely not drones or planes. No, exactly. And I believe you. And you see how, thanks for the contributions, you guys. You see how relaxing it is when you see those lights. When I saw those lights, I wasn't stressed. For some reason, it's just, oh, well, lights. It's like, they don't seem evasive. They don't seem aggressive, but apparently some of them are. But it's funny how, have you noticed they're only aggressive around military jets? I wonder why. I think they know the military. They could be here to watch over the nuclear. With what's going on, they do not want us to use nuclear. Very understandable also. Nuclear would be the last thing we should use. Absolutely. Lila, comment ça va? Coucou aux vôtres ainsi qu'aux abonnés. Je te remercie beaucoup. Merci, Bruce, pour votre gentillesse et pour le partage de vidéos dédiées à l'ufologie. Puis ça, c'est bien apprécié. Lila, j'espère te voir samedi sur OVNI Québec Astronomie. Si jamais tu connais cette chaîne, on fait aussi des en direct. And, on va parler de ça aussi samedi, mon dernier vidéo. Thanks, guys. My enduring English community. We get a lot of cool French supporters from the other channel that come by here, and I really appreciate that. Andrew, thanks for coming in, you guys. Really appreciate it. If you guys want the sinus iridum constructed object that I show a lot with all the base and connections and bases that are all connected, you can go to a little astrophotography website that I created myself on Pictorem if you want to, for free, look through some of the images. Thanks, Darla. Ronnie, here in the Netherlands today it was, and thanks again for coming in, Ronnie. I appreciate it, man. You said you would, and you did, bud. It was 21 Celsius, first time in our history. Ooh, and 2 orbs around the sun. That's scary stuff, Ronnie. That is scary stuff. So the temperatures are really changing in different areas, eh? Netherlands, man, that's definitely a beautiful place. I'd love to visit, man. Got a lot of people from there now. Netherlands, this year, I met about 30 or 35 people from the Netherlands that came to this channel, so I really appreciate it. Joe Bryan and not Joe Biden. Hey, from Portland, Maine. Thanks, my friends. From Portland, Maine. How's it going, man? Thanks a lot. Norma C, nice to see you. Thanks for checking them out, Norma C. It happened all of a sudden, low in the sky. There's no airplanes except for quite a few kilometers away, a small airport. So I don't have very many big planes coming over me. The ones, I'm just on the outskirts of Montreal, so I'm just right beside it. I can see the lights of it. So the planes are on that side, and the ones that are coming from my end it happens, but I see about 5-10 a day as compared to people that see them continually going by. But that was definitely what we would be able to class as an unidentified aerial phenomena. And that's why in the next video, I want to talk about transient lunar phenomena. Beside Plato Crater, NASA themselves have admitted that there's an object area that is growing in size there all the time, and they call that transient lunar phenomena. But my explosions that were happening and 3 lights that light up at the same time, not 2, but 3 lights that light up at the same time, different, many miles apart in a line, that's because there's a light system on the moon. And a lot of people were telling me, hey, look, you're getting transient lunar phenomena. No. That's explosions. It's an independent event. And it's definitely not asteroids that I'm continually filming up there. That's for sure. GP, hello to you. Thanks a lot. Timo says in the 1980s in school, we used to have to do nuclear war drills, get under your desk. We've done it before. Actually, once, I don't know if it was a test, more to show us an example back in grade school, actually. And it was not far from when, Reagan and Gorbachev, where they were talking, sort of worried about nuclear war and stuff. It happens every so many years. It's repetitive, always something continually happening, eh? So looks like we have a lot of people here. Man Free, thank you very much for being here. Lisa, thanks again, Lisa B. Try to show people I work with your channel. It doesn't go very well. They're quick to judge, and give me that look. And all I try to do is let them watch your research. And that's the worst of it. I mean, it's visual proof. So there's nothing people can prove against it. The worst of it is that nobody films those lights that are planes, for example. Nobody films planes do what I just showed. Helicopters don't do what I just did. Helicopters don't rise in the sky like that and not make noise, obviously. So it's very real. But I'm telling you, mind control really exists. Maybe MK Ultra mind control still exists, and people somehow are sort of subliminally indoctrinated or brainwashed, mind possessed. I don't know what to call it, but they believe what they believe the media is saying, and the media is the most corrupt people that exist. Peter Thompson, hello to you, man. West Virginia in the house. Thanks for appreciating the content, man. I appreciate that. Love watching your streams. It's nice to be around like-minded people. Thanks. That's absolutely. Hope you guys are okay. Welcome in, you guys. And you're right. It is nice to be with like-minded people. And my gosh, am I so happy that I started the channel to be able to talk to some people that are exactly like-minded like me and thinking about the same things, because not everyone's open to that. As a medical driver, bus driver, and a school bus driver in the end, we'll do that again. Too much responsibility with the kids that are too careless. Kids today don't understand the dangers. Very scary. Children, depending on how they're raised, look at the people that are go to Algeria or anywhere where kids have maybe a hard life and they're rough and tough. They know how to build houses. They know how to plant food. They know how to kill animals. They know how to climb a bloody boats with guns under their arms to go do terror attacks. But the kids here, what happens to the children here when everything goes down and there's no adults or parents around? No kids here know how to make gardens. Hey, no, I don't either, okay? No adults. I'm not just blaming the kids saying they're not smart, but they're getting less smart. They're getting less smart. And for those of you really into the truth seeking that took the time to go check the sperm count levels in men and the testosterone levels and what's happening to everyone, there's some changes. Definitely some changes. Paulo, thanks, brother. Thanks, you guys. Yes, good. I mean, that's what I got to do. Keep the same name. I like doing that too. Thanks so much, Darla. Kimberly Ray's in the house. Hello to you. We had storms, then cold air, Jackie said. That's what we just got here there all of a sudden. The cold air. Yeah, you're right about that. Real stuff. Hey, bonsoir, Al. Merci. Merci. 95,000 subs says a lot. We know you're on the top of the game, brother. Thanks so much, Ronnie. I appreciate that, man. I should be a lot higher, but unfortunately not. Last two videos I posted, we lost about 30, 40 subs here. It always makes me laugh. It does, honestly, always make me laugh, because in reality, the subscribers don't change the channel. The subscribers can go down to 48,000, and we're still going to be here every day talking. You're still going to be seeing the videos. The subscribers don't change the views. It would just be nice to have more subscribers to show that there's an interest to the channel, especially it says 2011 I started this channel, but in reality, I did like everyone does. You open a YouTube channel, you don't do anything for many years, and then you start. 2016, I started this research here. This is the 7th year of research. I was mixed up. Started, which will be completed in 2023. So there's 6 years of research that we completed here. We completed here. Both my community and I make this channel what it is. Kassar in the house. Thanks, guys, for the comments and contributions and everything. I started this channel in direct response to a troll swarm or something, and to combat crippling social anxiety disorder. That, yeah, I thought so. The crippling social anxiety disorder, man. Listen, I am Kai. The most amazing channels on YouTube. I'm honest. I've seen channels of people that are bipolar, that explain, they talk about the emotions, they talk about how they control it, they talk about how they lose it or how they regain it. And those channels usually get a hell of a lot of views, because a lot of people are interested in knowing those personal things. That's just how we are. People are interested in it. But honestly, I think it makes for an interesting channel. And of course, you have two people in this world. There's the people that don't like sharing their problems, but I'm not like that. I'm an open book. I love speaking about issues and problems that I have because it makes me feel better at the same time speaking about it. Sometimes it's not always to get someone's opinion, just to get it off my chest. So I'm all for that. Hey, I just saw it, Joe. I like hearing that when you say that because that means some of us are up to date and watching the same things. I just saw I just saw him walk into headquarters all smiley with a white sink in his hand. And I think somebody says, let in the sink. Let in the sink. I hope he does a lot of changes there in a good way. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. They were saying it was Putin that did it, but I doubt that he's going to bomb something he just opened a couple of years ago that was very important for his revenue, sending off to Europe oil and stuff. So it's all a plan. It's all a plan so that NATO and Ukraine get access and convincing the world that they need more funding to protect themselves. But what happened is they got enough funding, so now they're actually invading Russia. So it's not a Ukrainian invasion; it's Russia being invaded by Ukraine right now. And of course, U.S. has boots on the ground there. Don't forget. I don't know if it's England, Australia, Canada. People from Canada, they're fighting, Christ's sakes. Yeah, I'm not for Christ's sakes. Anika, thanks again for the contributions. I heard the story that USA had a moon base that Russia took out, by the way. Hey, if I'm jumping over, yeah, I believe it, Infinity. They definitely did it. They said that back in February. Yeah, we'll see. Heard a story that USA had a moon base that Russia took out, by the way. So if I'm jumping over people, it's not always because I'm not choosing to skip over you. Sometimes I'm trying to get down the line because a lot of people are coming in. So the moon base, yeah, I heard that too. And I heard, Russia took out that. I didn't hear that one. That's interesting. I did hear that the Air Force is there. And I also heard that there was a swastika on the moon. Actually, Darla showed me in my own footage. She goes, Bruce, did you see the swastika right in the center that you got? It actually looked like it was damaged or bombed. And when I looked up the information, the story, just so happens that somebody said there was a swastika on the moon and that it was destroyed. And again, heard it through the grapevines, right? There's no proof or anything because we don't have any proof except for Wikipedia and, Rebel News, Alex Jones, Fox News, and again, Fox News. So you have to be choosy because even me, I'm for truth. When I hear Tucker Carlson talking about the lies about what they did to Trump and everything, people get mad, and I really don't know why because it's truth. Nothing happened on January 6th. Did you know that no Capitol police officer was killed? Did you know that? Not one. Not one. Not one. He died elsewhere. The person that Capitol Police died elsewhere. And they had said, the first that I heard was that they had killed him with a friggin' exterminator, like a fire thing. I was like, my gosh, how could they have done that? That's so stupid. That's so against the ideal of patriotism. But they didn't do it. Nothing happened to that. January 6th, for me as a Canadian, was the day I was the most proud of my American people, friends, because it proved that Americans are not just gunslingers. People were in the roads picking up their garbage. We're telling people not to fight, not to be aggressive, not to run into the Capitol, to remain peaceful. And it worked, right? And that's why the leftists got mad, because the ideal was for the CIA to make believe and, in an insurrection, get everyone to go inside. There's a whole bunch of images and videos that Alex Jones had gotten himself of a whole bunch of agents that were trying to entice people to break in, right? And then you have like tens of thousands of people there. Then you get one person, one lunatic in the US, like all countries have, that goes up and busts a window. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. They're busting the windows. You got 9,999 other people that are saying, don't do that. Instead of that person getting a punishment. Isn't that what we used to do back in the days with people, right? There's a problem in the company. What do? You get rid of the employee that's causing the problem, right? except here in Canada, they get rid of the employee that's being harassed, actually. But in general, it shouldn't be like that. Someone's causing a problem, get rid of them. People are putting everyone in the same boat. It's the black people this, the white people this. The white people that are causing problems, arrest them. The black people causing problems, arrest them. Stop saying it's whites or it's blacks. We're always going to have mixed colors. And they always do it every time in the news, right? In the news, if a white person did something, it's written on top white in brackets and it's flashing. It's flashing, right? I'm being sarcastic here. And if any other race, we're not going to hide it. Even colored people are going to agree with me. They don't talk about them. For some reason, there's a beautiful thing that almost happened, is that they were relieving the stress of the black people having been thrashed all their lives and sitting in the back of the buses and all this shit bull crap. It was a beautiful thing where whites were saying, oh wow, every life matters, black lives matter too. But then that evil group, Black Lives Matter, which are Marxists, formed it, invested all their money, that black woman that started it. Did you see she just updated a brand new swimming pool and rock slides and stuff in her mansion and house? She paid her brother millions of dollars to do security in her home. So it was all a goal of being a Marxist. For those of you who don't know what Marxists are, look it up. It's something pretty scary, and it's something that's not illegal either. In other words, you start something, you believe something, and you bribe a whole bunch of people in believing some crap. It's legit, apparently. Marxism. Very concerning, is what I say. Mr. Gate Smasher. Hoorah. Thank you so much, man. Thanks a lot, brother. I'm happy, man. How not a lot of people are agreeing with things in politics, and it's gotten people really far apart from each other, when in reality, like you said, the Democrats have ruined the country. It's literally, I'm a Canadian, I see that, and it's not because I'm choosing one or the other, right? And even Trump, wanting Trump to come in, it's not because I love Trump, I want to lick him all over and stuff like that. It's that if you compare the two that are damaging offensively the states, there's one that's definitely damaging it more. It's Joe Biden. And I'm not even going to get into Gate Smasher, brother, Fetterman. What the hell is going on with that? And now I want to read the rest of his thing, but it disappears. I'm going back down. Moving on up. BCRRC, my brother Canadian. Thanks, you guys. Boo Crew is here. The real Wayno is hired as Jackie M. Domestick. Hi, Moonies. Stephen J. Ford. Interesting, eh? The artifacts. Let me scroll down here. I want to see my Gate Smasher. Oh, we're a little jam. Maybe some trolls that came in. Maybe there's. Thank you, everyone, for leaving the comments here today and for coming to the stream. I mean, this is awesome. Oh, I'm scrolling down now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh wow. Well, there's a lot of people here today. That's nice to see, guys. If I'm struggling to answer everyone's comments, because it's a beautiful thing. Donnie Foster's here. Scrolling down. Source Networker, Salvador Dali. Lots of people, man. I'm starting to forget about most of them now. It's like there's too many people you have to study about. Bruce, have your videos made the news yet? My videos have made even better than the news. It has reached the Pentagon last year when Garpan, in association, these guys with the Space Force, yay, offered me a spot with real ufologists, well-known ufologists around the world, televised National Assemblies, big ass convention every year where they talk about and show some people's footage. I made a 6-minute video I was asked to make. I was asked to make a narration with the video explaining exactly what I was showing. I sent them the UFO that landed in my yard. I also sent them the UFOs that were coming out of the surface of the moon. That was my presentation. I was there to blow everyone's minds because my mind itself is blown when I saw what was up on the moon. But you heard my name start. Hi, everyone. My name is Bruce. Didn't even hear the TZ. Hi, everyone. My name is Bruce. Buggers took it off. And then I waited. They didn't play my video. And there was a gap of 3 to 5 minutes where the guy in front, I swear to you, just to say he wasn't dabbing his forehead with sweat, he was looking over. Somebody told him not to post my video. So the Pentagon is there with the Space Force. And this, I was invited to this, and on the list and the committee of people to present a presentation started and formed by the United States government of America. So of course the states know all about my footage. By the way, MUFON is what they are using to rake in civilian data and civilian UFO sightings. They don't have the time to go look at people on YouTube, even though they must. They go directly to MUFON and looks at civilian reportings. They find out certain areas. Then after that, they can go and check the area and find out without having to even talk to the person, because the ideal is not to let anybody know that there's something important that you found. And if you do find something important one day, well, they're going to warn you. I got a lot of threats, but it doesn't mean that it's an actual government that threatened me, because obviously they wouldn't be dumb enough to send me a government link and threaten me, but some people did try to scare me at one point. But the ideal is that I'm not here like Edward Snowden exposing and stealing information and leaking it to Russia. I'm any Tom, Dick, or Harry, regular Joe that found something on the moon, incredibly lucky to have seen many sightings and have a very straightforward, cool, and effective technique to show what's on the moon. So what can they really say? They can't turn around and say, we're going to arrest the guy there, or we're going to tell them to shut up. Any government comes to my door or emails me and tells me to stop talking about the moon because I could get in trouble, I will stop. But I'm going to make a video and tell you guys that the government came to tell me to stop because my research is exposing what's on the moon. So they wouldn't win either way with me, that's for sure. Chickadee, I paid $2.94 for gas today at Walmart. North Georgia, middle of nowhere. Wow. Cheap gas? Or you only took a little bit of gas, like for the lawnmower or something. Really does, the real Wayno. So where is Gate Smasher? Power Player, thank you so much. Oh, wow, there's lots of people. I'm scrolling down, guys. I'm scrolling down. OBX Arms is in the house also. They're after RH negative blood types. Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for reminding me. Z-Spin is here. Aliens are demons or fallen angels. They have no souls. Thanks for leaving your opinion. That's another thing that is in the repertoire of the theories about the moon and about everything, about the aliens. Direct energy weapons have literally effed my life up since 2015. I believe that it's causing problems for us, honestly. Michael, thanks so much. I'm looking for Gate Smash. Whoop, Gabber Beast, good day, brother. The real Wayno, thanks again for coming in. Am I getting there? What we know these days is what we are told, and we know that we can't believe what they say anymore. Always question. 100%. Oliver Klein, hello. Always question everything that they're telling us. 100%. And I should be getting close to Gate Smasher. The time mark is 5:51. Michael, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm jumping around and I'm missing some of the unknown is here. I haven't even started anything because there's too many people that come in. And when too many people come in, I find it interesting and I want to talk to them. I want to welcome them. Kimberly LaBelle is in the house. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being members. Thanks for coming by. Still looking for Gate Smasher's last contribution before I scroll back up. Oh, crap. There's a lot of people here. Wow. Thanks, guys. More than I thought, honestly. About time. Veronica, we were intentionally moved to not being able to survive. Exactly. Retrograding us backwards into time, reverting back to, basic ways. But you know what? The best way to live would be that they nuke the hell out of everything. And then we go back to farming and learning, growing gardens. All the farmers will be the ones to teach us. You know, the people gardening will become teachers of gardening. There's nothing, no more musicians, no more places to go listen to music. Everyone that plays music will start making their own songs, remembering the old songs that people played to bring them back. So, but it's a recurring cycle. Every so many hundreds of thousands of years, everything's vanished and exploded, whether it be because of a natural or not natural flood, or whether they nuke us, or there's a meteor that hits Earth, an asteroid. There's always a chance of an asteroid or meteor hitting us. It's not if, it's when they're going to hit us. Still going down, looking for Gate Smasher. I'm used to the real trolls that are vertically, that's only 603. I'm getting there. I'm used to the real trolls that are vertically challenged. Yes. And live under bridges. Oh, yeah. Okay. Watch it. They run after bacon them. These creeps on here looked like recognition are the manufacturing of the cuddle generation. Yes. Wanting everything. Right, you are. Matthew, I thank you very much. Yes, he does. And we love him too. Beautiful night in Scotland. Awesome. Without doing nothing. That's right. Still scrolling down. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. That's right. United Nations were just here for the protests. They were in our streets. Did you know that? United Nations, 2 planes land in Ontario and Canada, all over Canada and Ottawa. They get out of the plane and they start going to stores, knocking on stores, asking people information about them. They start pushing peaceful protesters back because Dickweed went and activated the Emergency Act. I'm so sorry. I am so disappointed in Justin Trudeau. You will never hear me say prime minister in front of that sack of shite's name. He is the worst person I've ever seen run any country. As a matter of fact, Trudeau is worse than Hitler because he's just hypocritical. Hitler wasn't. He's horrible what he's doing. Everything he said promised us the opposite of everything he's doing right now, guys. He promised us he wouldn't do any of that. But he'll be rejected. At the same time, the WFEF is going to WF. I'm thinking of WWF. I'm thinking of wrestling. Julie Stats, Bruce saving up for the new equipment. You'd like to donate? Here's the link, and that's an accumulation exactly for the updating of the equipment, which equipment is so darn expensive. I'm looking for, there he is. Darn it. Now, what the hell was that? Democrats have ruined, an hour later, have ruined the country of the United States of America. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. Be on the right side of history. And that's exactly like what I was talking about before, where everyone's fighting about stuff. No, I'm for Russia. I'm for, Ukraine. I'm for the people everywhere. I want them to stop fighting. Since when have you ever heard of a war bombing buildings where people live, for Pete's sake? It's not supposed to happen, right? D-Day didn't happen in town. It happened on the beach, so they say. But every country has a different story, by the way. Eh? Germany has a different story of what happened on D-Day. China has a different story of what happened on D-Day. And North Korea has a different story of what happened on D-Day. Be careful. Kim Jong-un said that he invented the burrito, so more like, I should say it this way. Did you know that Kim Jong-un invented the burrito? He didn't invent any of that. Yep, Soros and Bezos And Gaddis, Billy Gaddis, Klaus Schwab, you will eat the bugs and you will like it. Nope. Once we run out of food, we're going to eat you, Klaus Schwab. That's what's going to happen. That's what we should do. Suzanne is in the house. They bought a huge mansion in China too. Yes. Yeah, I heard about that. A little concerning, eh? What do you want a guy to do? Na, 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 na. So now I don't know. Actually, hold on. Do 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 do. Wow, it's getting hot, guys. That's crazy. Turn it up a bit. Turn it up. Share screen. Let's see if this is going to work. It's supposed to. Doom, doom, doo, 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 doo. So you should see when I close this. I just wanted to show you something. So this is just the desktop. Okay. And very recently, I heard this come off of Redacted, the channel. I'm assuming it's true. This is the logo, new logo, very recent logo of the office of the director, you see right here, of National Intelligence. And for those who don't know it, well, they had the plane here. I hope you can see my arrow. They have the jet, of course. But they added, I don't know if they added the drone or if they have the drone. I think they possibly could have added it. So you have the drone, but you see that they added the dark, well, I'm not going to call it a dark triangle. It's a triangle with a dark nose, by the way. But look down here what they added inside of their image. Now, of course, some of you trolls are going to say that it's a half moon. Good luck with that. It's not a half moon. But to give you an idea of how we're all waiting for the updating of the truth with UFO reports and stuff. And at the same time, they just went and added a bloody UFO inside of there. I mean, that's a little crazy. Real quickly, over the years, I gather up a lot of evidence in what you hear on the news before somebody talks about a UFO. Like before I show you anything that I think or that I catch about UFOs, this is a shape. It's a reoccurring shape that you see in two places. You see it on Tic Tac commercials, the mint, because it literally looks like a Tic Tac. So that's why they call that UFO a Tic Tac. And it looks like it's out of its orbit. It's sort of sideways instead of going across the sky. It's like diagonally going by, very large with a flat bottom. Some of these objects are real, and there's a lot of different shapes for some of the objects. I've never, ever seen a UFO that has the same characteristics, except for, of course, all those lights that we're seeing in the sky. But again, the lights are all doing the same things. And this Tic Tac, I've never seen that. I don't have any footage. It's all about being honest. When you record with the infrared camera, I saw a lot of channels. Cindy, a whole bunch of people did it. Bought an infrared camera and they started filming bugs outside. Then they started saying it's rods. And then they started saying it's I'm telling you, insects in the summer, there's not that many days here for me to have disturbances about bugs, but pollen that goes by and it's bright in the sun on top of it and you film that, that's going to look like a UFO. A lot of people are trying to do some fakery. And obviously, because everybody wants to get a UFO, it's fun getting a UFO. I'm in heaven doing this. But if I had not ever gotten anything, would I have lied or tried to, traffic something? No, I wouldn't have. Do you all remember the UFO that I spoke to you about that had the point here that literally streaked across the sky, but before it and disappeared? But before that happened, there's a point that appeared here. And that point came out of the nose of the UFO before it disappeared. And when it disappeared, it instantaneously disappeared. So different sightings, different characteristics. So this UFO here with the nose pointed, has nothing to do with obviously this one here that I'm showing. It's completely different characteristics, looks completely different. So last night, by the way, I got a fast moving UFO that I filmed while I was filming a slow UFO. I've shown you once, those of you that have been following me, a really fast moving UFO, right? Uh, Last year. But now it's a vehicle. You can see it, guys. It's racing across the sky. And the most beautiful thing is that there's proof in when you use the characteristics like it's too fast to be a plane, it's too fast to be a satellite. Those are the only ways we're able to decide whether the UFOs are real or whether they're planes or not. Me, I had a lot of fun the first year. The first year, I experimented in trying to film bugs, in trying to film what mosquito, plumes of mosquitoes all together, what they look like. But we don't have any more here, by the way. 2 years, no more mosquitoes here in Quebec. Well, scary. Maybe there's some in Montreal, but where I am here in the outskirts, nada, nothing left. There are no more locusts. There's no more butterflies. There's no more mosquitoes. It's because it has become a rare occasion. So I did catch a fast moving UFO. I will be putting that up in the next video. I'm really happy that I caught that because, of course, it's just different characteristics. It's always something different. So yesterday, they started acting a little different. Now, the video that I showed you was hard to see at the beginning. I know it. I know you probably all had a lot of trouble understanding what I'm showing, but it's research and I'm trying to show it in the best way possible. But as you all know, I was filming in the light. So now I'm going to stop making you dizzy. Turn down the volume here. So basically, the pulsating of this object, there's ways to know if it's a plane or if it's not a plane. I'm not going to hide it. If you're out of focus with your infrared, the plane can look like that, but you see the trees are in focus. So it's possible to make a plane, well, look similar to that, right? So it's very easy to stump people. Look at the height where I'm filming literally in the street where I've never filmed before. I've never showed you any video under those wires. I always show you everything that's straight up in the sky. But for those, for whatever the reason, that have not seen the last video, they're not all the same, by the way. Let me go to the best one here. Where is it? Here you see it rising up in the sky. Watch this, okay? There's 3 lights. A bigger one, a smaller one, and an even smaller one. In military, that's how they follow themselves. You got one that's higher up, and then you got one that's lower, further away on the angle, then you got another one lower, further away on the angle. I don't know if you have good eyes. It just flashed. Almost none of you ever notice that. You'll watch the UFO when it goes by, it's going to flash. I'm going to show you. So that one is going left, but the other one I showed in the video goes right. So some people thought it was the same continual 3 UFOs that I was showing. Watch the flash of light. Did you see it? Maybe nobody sees it. It's very hard to see. I showed it in the first video. So this one is to give you an idea of how low they are. So they're underneath the effing wires, right? And more than one at the same time. And now they're going to disappear. So do airplanes disappear? No. Do airplanes, would you think 3 vehicles like that would not have flashing lights? Look at that. It's flashing, but not flashing like a plane. And that is a close-up of the flash that came from beside that UFO, because I always record flashes coming from the UFOs. That was at 9:30 p.m. and it lasted till about 10 o'clock for 30 minutes. And look at this one, how big it gets. So now, hold on here. Now I'm showing you 3 more lights, but it's not the 3 lights I just showed you. Remember, in the other 3 lights, this one takes off left, right? And this one was here, but there was another one down here. So watch what happens. This one will get really, really big. Sorry. There we go. So watch what happens to the one on the right. Look how ginormous it gets. But now watch immediately how it turns itself off once I'll let it go up to the top. Now I'm backing up to show you how low these buggers were on the ground, guys. And don't forget, I was late, obviously, to film that. So I filmed them when I saw lights lifting up off the surface. And look how bloody close I am. I'm filming about 10, 20 feet over the surface. And you saw it get very big here. There's two lights inside of that light there. I don't know if you see it. There's two lights here, there and there. And the video before that, they were flying around in buddy formations. So people ask me, are they satellites? Satellites follow each other back to back. Satellites don't flare up like that. In the last video, I showed you 2 different days of Starlink satellites, and they fizz out. They go completely invisible. So at the same time, you can see here there's UFOs in the sky going by over top, while there's actually objects leaving the surface, and we're talking about minutes from the St. Lawrence River. Look at that. That's a real UFO. And for those that don't believe it, you'll never be able to prove it that it's not. It's not an airplane. All 3 of them. Is it a helicopter? Well, they'd have flashing lights. And actually, for a helicopter, that would be moving pretty fast. It'd have to be a lot closer for us to see them moving that fast in the sky. Look how big that mama gets. So, there's no way in hell that was not a natural UAP or phenomena, because UAPs can be natural, by the way. What if a UAP is just a natural phenomena happening by the magnetosphere around Earth? That's another possibility. So, not much hype about that, but I loved it. I mean, look at that. The chance. I tell you what, guys, I'm going to have a lot of amazing footage to do some incredible documentaries, to do some movies. I mean, look at this. Who wouldn't want to put that in a movie with the siren sounds? I'm telling you, the siren raid sounds, I almost got tears in my eyes just imagining the devastation of what could happen if they invaded Earth. But I'm telling you, they're not invading Earth. They're maybe protecting Earth. But again, I could be wrong too. It could not necessarily be protecting Earth. That's for sure. And of course, in the last video, if that doesn't scare you, okay? If that doesn't scare you, you are the bravest person I've ever seen. Because for me, here, okay, I just want to show you this one, guys. I promise I'll turn the lights, I'll turn the video off after. This is the one I want to see. For me, this couple of seconds here is just like a movie. Watch them arriving, okay, to the ground as I'm backing it up to show you how low they went, and feel the effect of the siren, and you see them coming down to Earth. I mean, the effect is like in a movie. I just thought it was absolutely incredible. This is my favorite part of the video right here. It looks like Area 51 coming down to the fence. It isn't, but watch. Right about there, I'm like, okay, stop. Oh my God, they're coming lower. Oh my God. Do you see what I'm looking at? Oh, there you go. Imagine making a movie with that and sticking a whole bunch of people screaming in that. What's this? There's a little bass. Don't worry, I'll get the siren off, guys. So yeah, what is this? This is the base on the moon that if you click on the Pictorem link, it's the image that I put on Pictorem. Straight up, I called it a converted or inversion of the lunar surface, which it is. And you can see that there. So since I had the proof of this for me was the scariest thing in my life. Seeing this and seeing this going this way and the square beside it. Just that flipped me out. And you can see here, there is such a straight line along these rectangles. Here it comes downwards, maybe a tunnel or shaft that comes downwards. And that is on the moon inside of Sinus Iridum. Every stream, that's what we're going to do. We'll go through the recent videos, every video that I get during the month or the week that we want to talk about. Will be very, very interesting. So obviously that's the Sinus Iridum mountain itself, the promontorium right at the end. What do you think of this one? For those who haven't seen it, the exposure is taken down. There is a green color filter, and it's showing the surface green. So these lights are white in a telescope when I film them. So you're not seeing any green lights. You're not seeing any um, um, color except for the filter color that's over it. I see red explosions on the moon. I've shown them before. I see lots of color, a lot of color on the moon. But one way that our eyes are really used to seeing well, it's with the green color. So when you see them lifting up in Mare Fecunditatis, not that long ago, 3 years ago, my friends, when I first saw this one, maybe even almost 4 now, last summer, or was it the summer before? This one came down to my house, guys, 15 feet from my face. And you're going to see it touch the top of my low shed garage at the back. Well, let me back up because we went right over that. Where is the shed? Did I show it in this one? No, I'm lying, eh? Didn't show it in that one. But when you see the original video, that object is right over my garage. We're talking 20 feet in the air and 15 feet distance from me. Absolutely incredible. The object inside was changing shape inside, from going from squares to circles to octagons and everything. And you know what that blinding light is right up here? That's because I'm proving that my infrared camera is seeing something as bright as the friggin' sun, and I'm getting that spot. When you film the moon, you can get a little bit of a spot too, because it's too bright, the intensity of light. The infrared goes and gets so much light. And that object didn't make a sound, and it landed right down where my bloody house was. So, to give you an idea, Starlink is definitely, for me, a problem. Creating more junk. These are 2 different days of Starlink satellites, one of 120, one of 60 on the left. So just a little glance, and at the same time, an explanation of what we saw in the last video. If people have questions, like people were asking me, Bruce, did you do this on your telescope? We're using a camera. It's an infrared camera, 50 millimeter infrared camera. So how come? Okay. I stopped. There we go. I'll stop the screen. It should have stopped. I'm back. Big Bruce is back. Bruce is back. He is back. Anyways, these real Wayno, the tiny disc of 13 feet diameter, appeared to be metallic with various depth scratches, surfaces, some directions. It was surrounded in a green luminous gas encircling it anti-clockwise. Incredibly awesome. Awesomely interesting. You guys want to send me some UFO parts, anything and everything but anthrax, you can send it there. Oh, thank you, Darla. Do we have the double star channel here today? If so, thank you very much. Star Hunters in the house. May the Swartz be with you. Star Hunter, share, share, share. Thanks, guys, and thanks for the awesome comments that you all give this channel. You know what? Santa Claus may be more real than anything, but isn't that a sad thing? And if there's any kids watching, I'm always very careful, but you find out, let's just say, not to spoil anything for the parents. Don't worry, I'm not going to disclose Santa, so your parents can feel safe to leave your kids keep watching. But when we're young, we know the Tooth Fairy. We know that some are badder ass than others and haven't gone through that or did not get that chance with their parents. But the Tooth Fairy, then Santa Claus, then those of you who are French or bilingual, Le Bonhomme Setar, which is really the boogeyman in English. You just learned something in French. The boogeyman is Le Bonhomme Setar. Le Bonhomme Setar, which makes me laugh. Which makes me laugh because it's just a very mean thing that parents do. It could be the Bonhomme Setar or the Bonhomme César. The Bonhomme Setar, it means 7 o'clock. It's the 7 o'clock man. Oh no. You can't be up past 7 o'clock, kids, because the boogeyman's going to get you. Sweet dreams. not a good generational not one that we're gonna keep. I'd never tell my kid that you got to go to bed at 7 because the boogeyman's gonna get you. Jeez, I would never say that. I know the boogeyman exists, so I don't talk about the boogeyman very much. The boogeyman exists in your shadows, guys. I'll be talking about the shadow man and shadow creatures during Halloween. We're gonna have some fun. 31st, we'll come on and get some candles on and probably talk about UFOs again because paranormal. I'll just add the theme that UFOs could be ghosts, and I'll just permit me to continue talking about the UFOs. But I also have some podcasts, ladies and gents. For those of you, not everyone's interested in podcasts. I don't like always sitting down listening to someone for 2 hours like I'm doing right now, listening to myself. But sometimes you're maybe driving in your car, or maybe you like some of the subjects and morning talk shows. I've always been a morning talk show freak because I've driven around in my vehicle. So those of you that are truckers that travel 2 hours on your way to work, it's a safe way of listening into the channel on some interesting topics. We talk about MK Ultra. We talk about DARPA, mind control, a whole bunch of dark topics because it's just ever so interesting, everything that's going on. The great separation is upon us. It really is. And David, you rock, man. Thank you so much, you guys. 130 thumbs up is really, really awesome. See, right now, the viewers watching completely right now, I can see its concurrent viewers are 144 watching. So that's cool. Never really got up to more than 300 watching at one time, but even if it's interesting or not, I have to admit I'm a little disappointed that the last videos didn't get a lot of hype, but it's part of the game. They're hiding me, so I consider myself very lucky to get a chance to share it with most of you anyways. I don't like Trump as a person, but I can't. Sorry, buddy. Stargazer. I don't like Trump as a person, but I like his policies. Much respect, Stargazer. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm all for my American friends, and I hope if Trump does come in that it's going to do it in a helping way. And like I said, you just said it. Like I said before, it's not that I'm licking Trump's cheek. I like him. It's this cheek. I mean, it's the fact that the common sense is that right now he's probably the better half, the better party into that, as long as his goal is to give back. But you said it as a person. Look, we could talk about real quickly. I love him to pieces, but can he be an arrogant prick sometimes? Maybe, I get it, but you're honest. His policies are a bit more legitimate and for freedom. So that's a good thing when you think of it, 139 watching, 145. So that's normal. So you see, there's a lot of people that come by the streams. Like, guys, last Wednesday's stream, I want to thank you so much. There was over, was it 1,600 or over 1,600 comments in the feed that I got, and of a lot of you that came by the channel. Just absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, the Fetterman Infinity. I mean, that's sad. What's going on? Is it the pandemic making people retarded, or making them get Alzheimer's or something, or what the hell's going on? Yeah, Fetterman, which poor guy had a stroke, so he's using something to be able to help him speak, but it's that sometimes somebody says something in a way where it's not clear for him, so he's just looking at the text. I mean, okay, no problem. I got nothing against those people, but those people can't rule, right? You can't bring someone into, okay, are you going to hire somebody that has a brain injury to be a judge? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't make any sense what's going on. As much as we don't talk about politics here, we can't help but say, wow, look what the hell's going on. We can't help but not talk about it a little bit and say, wow, this is a crazy world that we're living in. Jerry Sherlock, great separation is above us. That's definitely 100% for sure, my friend. Gabber Beast in the house. Thanks again. Tana Sand, how's it going? Hi, Bruce, new to the channel. Thank you very much. Do you believe in NASA and what they tell us? That's an amazing question. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of that. NASA, everything that they're telling us about space, like temperatures and distances, I base everything I do here on that information because there isn't any information elsewhere about the distances and stuff like that. Do I believe what they're telling us about the launches and about UFOs? No. And it's not that they're necessarily lying, it's that they're not telling us any parts of the truth. And that's why they're hiding the truth. I believe they lied about the landings. They lied about the secret projects that they're doing 100%. I know that NASA is never going to deliberately divulge what they're doing. They're raking in money like the Pentagon's doing, raking in American tax-paying dollars. I'm not just making this up, Tana. This is legitimate fact. It's declassified information, just came out of the blackvault.com, where the Pentagon got caught doing with several other people that they call Annex A, Annex B, and never name them, doing tests, anti-gravity tests, trying to develop two different types of propulsion, anti-gravity propulsion. They're trying to develop electricity propulsion, an electrical propulsion that they can use for, projects. Who knows where the hell they're going out? Excuse me, where the hell they're going out now. But the fact is that NASA, okay, is just an association that does a whole lot of things in space, that gives information about distances and temperatures. I believe the science is a lie. Where they say that the temperature on the moon plunges down at night to minus 400 degrees Celsius and then up over 5,000 degrees or whatever in the day, whatever they say, I don't necessarily believe it, but I don't tell people that they're bullshit liars. I just want to show people what's on the moon and let them have their own decision. We all know that NASA is going to, be secretive, like the Pentagon is. When you ask them something, people at the Pentagon during the UFO report, do you guys remember the two UFO reports that we got 50 years after the Roswell report, where they said, sir, can I talk to you in private after with that question? In private meeting? Yes, sir, no problem, right? So they just ask a question that everyone wants to know, and he says, I'll tell you in privacy. So when the Pentagon and the CIA and the government or Air Force or anyone admits something that happened, they will admit it to someone, a personnel member, highly placed, that is going to be the only one that hears about that. They're going to grab that and they're going to bury it. So everything stays hidden all the time. Remember at the UFO report, they said, well, I mean, we're being open. This is beautiful to be able to open up for the first time to the civilians. A couple months after that, they said, we're not going to divulge anything. The Air Force declared that. Not going to be talking about any UFO reports anymore. Why? They mentioned they did not know if it was a foreign or adversarial country that was roaming around with the UFOs. Like a lot of you people here say that it's humans or drones. It could be. And if it was, and you were all right, I would guess China or Russia. Who do you want it to be? Pretty sure it's not the Netherlands or Scotland flying around up there. But there are countries that do dealings and partnerships and works in hiding and secrecy through projects with other countries. The states, every secret thing they're developing in space is mostly built in Canada, right here near Montreal and in Montreal. We ship it away. We're working on the array system for the big radio telescopes with HARP and CERN too. There's some partnerships in CERN in Canada, people here, and nobody knows that because that's how they hide their work. They go do work in another country. MK Ultra, the Doria Institute, the Canadian Holocaust is the most secretive thing that our government here in Canada hides. If you want to know what happened during Duplessis's reign here in Maurice Duplessis, who was in charge at that moment, the deputy here in Quebec, or deputy premier, they were doing lobotomies, kidnapping children, crossing them over from the States with a certain doctor that they brought over here to work in Canada, which was actually a CIA agent that was hired to cross over American kids that were left on mental hospital doorsteps by the parents, because that's something they always said. Ever find it odd that, hey, if ever you don't want your kid, all you have to do is go to a police station or to go to a fire station, is it right? Go up to a fire station, leave the baby on the doorsteps and knock on the door and leave. So They don't have to go and I'm being careful what I'm saying, but if you're awake there, without saying that firemen are abusing kids, it's very possible that the ones that are to protect us are the ones that are actually doing the work, and are the bad ones. So the Pentagon, the FBI developed all these branches. DARPA is another branch of defense. So you have the CIA here, the FBI here. I don't know which is higher anymore, and you have DARPA up here now because I think they're higher. But they're all three of them are doing different things. DARPA in 2015, I showed a couple of months back actually some declassified records and information on DARPA that guys, they're doing mind controlling projects on people. They did the same thing that what MK Ultra was doing, or what they were doing back in the days. So everything continues, but they pretend that they close these things down. Helms was the one, you must have heard of Helms, right? Paperclip and all that. Does it ring a bell? The Doria Institute, right in Franklin. I have a video here of the Doria Institute. If you type in the Doria Institute, Franklin Mental Asylum, you will see a video of the school where that crazy doctor from the Allen Memorial Hospital went to lobotomize the kids and to do mind controlling experiments. So they were trying to brainwash people to clean their minds, all for the means of torturing Chinese or Russian soldiers, war criminals that they will gather during war times. China was the first to do that, corrupt the CCP, to do the corruption in brainwashing people. The first time brainwashing was mentioned, the CIA mentioned it, and it's because of what they had learned by China. They were intrigued at China controlling authoritarian regime, controlling the people and the masses to do as they wish. We all know that in China, it's a lot harder to tell them to F off the CCP. It can't be done. They'll go to your house, go right to your house. We're seeing a beginning of that here when they're starting to tell us with the fact checkers that we can't talk about the pandemic. For example, maybe you have a family member that you lost because of a vaccine that you're not allowed talking about. Apparently, the laws have changed on YouTube, but I'm not going to take a chance to venture into talking about it. I'm not allowed talking about Bill Gates, not allowed talking about the immigration policies. You talk about a whole bunch of things, and they completely blast you. Unfortunately, imagine having to stand next to Shatner and listen to his horse manure. To Shatner, I don't know. I sort of like Shatner. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start talking like Shatner. What do you think William Shatner said while he was going up into space for the first time? Guaranteed, he must have told everyone, Scotty, full speed ahead. He said, I must have said something stupid like that, right? Thank you, Beverly. Thank you so much. Yes, there will be subscribers only. Darla, subscribe now and come to our October. Is it the 30th? I thought it was the 31st, Halloween. I think Halloween's the 31st. Let me see. Thought anybody else was doing it on the 30th, I think. Yeah, 31st, Halloween night. Anyways, Halloween night. October 31st is on a Monday. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. The parents working that day at night, going to have to go out with their kids a couple hours and then put them to bed and go back to work the next day. Is Halloween a holiday in Canada? Let me see what Google's telling people. I asked Google if Halloween was a holiday in Canada. No, it isn't a holiday, of course. Halloween's not a public holiday. Businesses have normal opening hours. Children dress up and go trick or treating on Halloween. Okay, that's good. All right. Does Halloween last for 2 days? Halloween contradiction of All Hallows Eve, a holiday observed on October 31st, the evening before All Saints or All Hallows Day, Ichabod Crane passes over the bridge, right? The celebration marks that. Okay, this is boring. Anyways, we'll be having some fun at the October 31st stream. We made it. We made it to 7 o'clock, guys. Already 2 hours. And there's half of the people here. I probably wasn't even able to answer them all. That's okay. We'll have to do more streams. Chickadee. You rock, Chickadee. I love you for it. Find myself singing Bruce's video exit music all the time. Thank you very much. I just put up another music video on Bruce's music. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. One of my favorites because I sang it 3 times. And a little war riff that I added up there. Looking at those running for office that are in the Democratic Party and listening to the speeches are way off of their rockers. It's unnormal. They can't hide the stupid things anymore. No, and I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. You got Biden's there for his 5th jab he's talking about. Tells everyone the pandemic's over. Going for my jibber jabber. Morons. I hope all of you get informed to find out. Well, you know what they did, Sam, is that at least they saw my footage and they saw what I was able to capture. Because you know what? Without being vain, imagine if, since they have so many lights that they're trying to document and film, who says they saw those lights on the moon that I saw? You know, for example, maybe they saw lights there, but maybe not at that moment. So somewhere along the line, if somebody that knows UFOs comes to my channel and sees that there's actually real UFO footage, they don't have to say, Bruce, this is real, or they don't have to mention my name. They bring it back to the Pentagon and quite simply they talk about it. I was on the stand. There was MUFON was there from several countries. Brazil, MUFON from Brazil. I was able to get to know who that person was. MUFON from Montreal and all around here in Quebec, and MUFON in the United States also. There's a lot of different areas where I've always been a bit skeptical of them because my footage is my footage, and if I start uploading videos there, it's going to become their footage. So people are always going to see these same amazing videos coming directly from here. The near future, I will be doing. I always wanted to do a big documentary, 2 hours, and like expose everything in the videos. I'm really sad about us not ever being able to see a lot of stuff. How insulted are you from seeing a stupid Luis Elizondo video or the who's the other actor? I'm sorry, I'm mixed up now. I'm all screwed up. The people that are showing the UFOs, right? And recently leaked videos. I'm not impressed. They show a pixelated pack of bull crap garbage. You can't see anything on the footage. And they say that this was taken with a jet infrared camera. Okay. And it looks like they have a Beta 1959 old Soviet Union infrared camera. It's ridiculous. You can be sure they're high tech. They have everything up to date. Ladies and gents, thanks so much for stopping by and for the generous contributions. All the links to contribute to my channel are in the description of each video. And I'm saying that at the end of the video, quite simply. I'm the same, but again, I am careful because I know a lot of people now in MUFON. I know investigators, lots of them, like over 50 of them, lots of them in Canada, lots of them in the UK, around the world. I had a lot of chances of meeting a lot of people that were involved in that. Bob Lazar online speaking about UFOs from his Twitter channel. Hey, Bob, he can vouch for me. He's not going to remember me. John Lear, I was able to speak to him, and I was able to find out a lot of things about these intentions of these people. Everyone was around me like gargoyles or those winged creatures that the Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz sends to pick up people with the tails and walking around, the monkey people. That's how they are. MUFON people diving out of the sky to come get me. I don't trust them either, but I do know that there are people in MUFON that are there because they're passionate about UFOs. But in general, we're not going to hide it. MUFON always says that it's nothing. That makes me laugh. And listen, I want to thank each and every one of you for having participated in the Wednesday live stream. I'll be answering comments. If you're new to the channel, I'll be answering your comments also on the channel. Fridays, every Friday, we have 2 streams, not back to back, but 2 hours and 2 hours. One at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, or end at 8 o'clock. There's one at 1 Eastern, and there's one at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, because a lot of people come by the stream. So I hope to see you there also on Friday. And of course, for all the people that I missed, for all the languages, or not languages, or all the people that I missed and didn't understand, or not see, forgive me, because sometimes I don't read between the lines either myself. Christy, thank you so much. Energy. It's like I feel my arms on fire. I'm telling you, there's something about those magnets. She knows a lot about the magnets. There's a lot of, anyways. Thank you. Energy is a real thing. But Christy, I gotta ask you. I'm a rock fanatic, by the way. She knows it. This beautiful stone that you got me at the beginning, I thought it was glass, and I said it can't be glass because it weighs a ton. Glass isn't heavy like that. So I was like trying to check out everything. Energy. I don't know where you put the rock, but it's been everywhere. So here's what I find cool about it, Christy. You can see through it. You can see through the rock, but it's not glass. My mother, I even brought it when I went by for a coffee. She says, amber. It's like amber. Really, really nice. So I appreciate that. Before I get off, guys, check it out. Want to see an awesome stone? I found this the only time, thanks, Christy. Only time I went, thank you, Christy. Only time I went to Dominican, it fits, by the way. These are light magnets that are not intensely strong. And I like it because it's grounding myself. I like it. And I'm going to try that. Christy's been doing it all along. Hope you don't mind me sharing that, but I think it's cool. So check us out, guys. What do you think of this? Found out in the beach, guys. On the side of the beach, in the water, where the tide was going down. Like 4 toes. It looks like a foot, eh? I thought that was really cool. It literally looks like a foot. Look at it, guys. And it's really made out of stone. How cool is that? It almost looks like a foot, a petrified foot. See? Even like that, looks like a foot. Look at that. Looks like a dead hand. I got someone's dead hand, like, but it's hard as a rock. I thought it was absolutely awesome. Rocks have a lot of energy. Some people send me some things sometimes. It doesn't cost anything, guys. You want to send me something? You want me to get some of your vibes, your energy? Send me a rock, some nice rock you find on the ground. Also send to me the Batman, which gives me energy. Always in front of my computer. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. Yeah, I was sorry, Leia, and thanks again for being here, you guys, before I get off, but it was expected, and it's a beautiful thing, because that means that my work can't be shown to the public. So I understand why not a lot of people are coming to the channel. Some big channels have shared my stuff, guys. News Snekadas, uno canal de investigación astronomia, in astronomy, a Spanish-speaking channel. He has 2 channels. He has News Snekadas and Planeta Snekadas. And this guy, even if you don't speak Spanish, has incredible videos. Well, that guy has over 1 million subscribers with the 2 channels, approaching 2 million subscribers. When you go over that channel, News Snekadas and Planeta Snekadas, he shares my channel. He shares my work on that channel, but people don't come. A lot of big channels, you'd be surprised, that have millions of subscribers. Okay. At one point, even the Fifth Kind had shared my channel. Someone from Gaia had shared my channel, but it doesn't attract people to come over to the channels because the links are definitely shadow banned or barred. Or Julie, some nice videos, Julie, you've been posting, and a lot of you have been posting, and Darla and everybody, and Adam Truthfinders, and really appreciate everything. Léaos, merci mon frère. Core Galaxy Art. It ain't ready for you yet, Bruce. Soon though. See, yes, that's me. It's encouraging when I hear that, guys, and I thank you very much. I didn't take it as an insult at all. I took it legitimately, like literally. The public is not ready for that, so that's how I know you've been here before. Yep. Yeah, literally, like nobody knows that. Like not many of us know that, man. I think we're 10 people that know that. John Lear and Co. a few years ago tried that stunt on you, Bruce. Hey, he tried it. Harassment, telling me he wanted me to tell him how I was getting the UFOs and how I was magnifying the surface of the moon. He called me a typical Copernicus. He goes, "This guy is better than Copernicus." I'm not ranting. I'm sharing what he said to me on Project Camelot. I've had a chance to talk to Project Camelot. I talked to a lot of big enough channels, though. You know, Secure Team played me also. Did the same thing. Came by and then played me a bit. Third Phase of Moon. I was supposed to do a collaboration with them. I got nothing against them though. Not him, anyways. Not the brothers, the cousins, or the brothers, or the brother cousins. I'm all full of respect for them all. And then they came back and said, we got to do a collab. We got to do something. I sent them an email, say, you got to show these people what's on the moon. So, Third Phase of Moon, I'm just asking you guys, I love your channel. How can you not share my work? It's going to give you guys millions of views, and it's going to attract people to my channel and to your channel. And that is real truth collaboration. That's what we should do. But again, I could sit here all day and force people not to share my work. There's a lot of, I don't share people's work. I have my own channel and I do my own thing. But the problem is those channels are there to share people's work, you know? So they should be talking about my research, rare captures like that. So it's sort of an honor that they sort of, I'm sort of shadow banned and hidden. And honestly, look at it the way you want. I'm luckier with this community. We're a real family here. We're a couple of hundreds of people that come here all the time. And it's all thanks to you guys that the channel's still up. I am going to have to get off now because I'm getting a little bit of hungry. The rice cake I had this afternoon is long gone. Yeah, I really had a rice cake. No, it wasn't a pizza. It was a real rice cake. I'm telling you, no puts-ins. Can't thank you all enough. Yeah, thank you. I am Kai. Secure Team 2 at one point did it to me twice now. It was once and then twice. So, but again, it was just a little bit of trickery. He didn't rage against me or anything. It's just, it's too bad because I followed that channel for a long time, 10 years, Secure Team, because I liked some of the subjects. But, after a couple of times of, anyways, not to talk about him, but anybody, it's important to post only truthful videos. It's wonderful making a fake video. Like, look, I put the siren in the video, but was I pretending that the siren was actually there when I was filming? No, because I kept it going to the moon and stuff. It's just to wake people up. I need little videos, guys, that will attract people to the channel. So for those of you who didn't appreciate the siren, I apologize, but I'm not going to stop doing my videos the way I like doing them. So let that be known. I guess I'm going to have to get off, guys. I'm so sorry to have missed all these wonderful comments again and all the way down, but I had an amazing time. I thank you all so much for listening in. So when something happens in the news and like the DART program and project, well, we would have been able to look at it together. I'm going to take a little bit more of a chance venturing and showing other news online. But the problem is I've never been able to do so. Canadians, do you know that we don't have access to sharing NASA videos? And or NASA footage or images? In America, you guys are allowed sharing it and monetizing the videos, but in Canada, it's not exactly the same. Canadians are not permitted to use freely the images. So sometimes I stick them in and sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. But anyways, little inside joke. My friend is Iris, because nobody understands why I say that. Chickadee, everybody, thanks again, you guys. It was $2.95 per gallon per gas. I filled wow. I would have even put some in my pockets at that price. Good for you. We should all demand they point the telescope towards the moon. See, that's right, because we're strongest together, Gate Smasher. That we have paid for two. Yeah, see the truth. Absolutely. Thank you so much. The Real Wayno 4. Appreciating the podcast, guys. Love from Canada, everybody. Christy and everyone, the mods, thank you so much for everything, for the generous contributions, for being here. If you're here watching videos once in a while, you are a channel contributor, and I thank you all very much. Talk to you very soon and see you all in the comment section, and be watching for that fast-moving UFO. First time I ever caught that one. I'll be posting it real soon. Bye for now.